Justice Ayer's ruling to clear asylum seekers from the Bell Hotel until the planning dispute is resolved has the whiff of judicial prudence, but the consequence of political chaos. By treating far-right protest, residents' fear of crime, and ambiguous planning law as grounds for an injunction, the judgment has effectively published a manual. If you want an asylum hotel shut, turn up, shout loudly, maybe break a few windows, wait for the council to oblige. This is jurisprudence by mob pressure, angels dancing on the head of a planning pin. But of course, it's also a demonstration that the Home Office has failed absolutely. That the Home Office has not looked at the law, the Home Office has not done its homework, which isn't at all surprising. The Bell has 80 rooms, stuffed now with 138 men, 2 to a room, no choice of roommate, no bar, no breakfast buffet, security guards, sign-in rules, curfews, damp and overcrowding. This is not the Ritz. It's suspended animation in a squalid location. The hotel itself has been a commercial corpse since 2017, revived only by Home Office contracts and at a huge price. To pretend these hotels are paradise is a grotesque sleight of hand, a Home Office hand job, le jeu de main, a piece of trickery. The politicians rail against asylum hotels as though they were chosen luxuries, but hotels are the symptom, not the disease. The disease is a failure to process claims, and Britain's asylum backlog has hovered in 6 figures for years because of Theresa May's absurd hostile environment, and that in itself was set up by Blunkett. And I think I've been consistent in saying this for years as well. People wait not weeks but years locked into limbo. Transferring anger from bureaucratic paralysis to the brickwork of a Holiday Inn is le jeu de main. It's a conjurer's trick to distract from Home Office incompetence. The only solution is to process these claims and to empower the asylum seekers who are successful. We shouldn't be waiting 53 weeks on appeal. It should be done in months. Every file gathering dust in Whitehall costs millions in hotel bills. We need to process the applications more quickly. We need to allow asylum seekers to support themselves, to pay tax, to contribute, to integrate, to show their trust in our system. We need to give asylum seekers the right to work as soon as possible. It's cheaper and more dignified to allow asylum seekers to arrange their own housing rather than cramming strangers into shuttered bars in failed hotels. Anything else is noise. Nigel Farage bellows about mass deportations, military camps and Rwanda flights, or sending people back to Afghanistan. Council lawyers cover up their failures just as much as the Home Office covers up its failures. Labour boasts about shaving millions off the hotel bills, but unless someone addresses the backlog, this theatre continues. It's not just about the first decision, it's about the appeals and awaiting a final decision. All of that means that somebody in that asylum process is not is trapped in limbo, is not able to work. And judges granting injunctions, councils stirring protests, ministers insisting that the next surge will fix it all. All of this is pie in the sky unless the backlog is sorted out. The Bell Hotel is a cautionary tale. Courts can embolden mobs, councils can play politics, ministers can promise surges, but the only way to end the hotel scam is to process claims with speed and fairness, to grant the right to work, to restore dignity. Otherwise, Britain will remain trapped in the absurdity of fighting over whether a hotel is still a hotel, whether human lives are worthwhile, while real people are left in suspended animation because of the stupidity and the idiocy of a ministry which is incompetent. The Home Office needs to pull its socks up and demonstrate that it has value, and that it can be accountable, and that it can respond to a crisis. This is a crisis. It's a crisis of its own making.